Hey everybody, welcome MotoArkansas. This is our first time here and this is really cool. So we came early to try to see some bikes and we ran into Jalen Billing. So Jalen, why don't you tell us a little about your bike?
This one is a little 1969 CL Honda 175 and her name is Hattori Hanzo after Kill Bill, the weapon and the sword. And I bought her off of eBay and raced her at Bonneville twice. First year we had carb issues, but second year I took it completely down to the bolts and did everything, redid everything, and we took a record in the 350 MCG class, actually.
You're a mechanic by trade? You build this full time?
No, you learn as you go. Funny thing about land speed racers is if you don't start out a builder, you become one. The salt gets everywhere. So you have to take the bike completely apart, clean it, if you want to have a bike the next year.
So is this just a full-time hobby for you then? What do you do by day?
By day, I am an accountant. So I sit in an office all day. So I got to get out.
And what made you get started?
I went out with my other race bike to Bonneville, kind of on a whim. You know, I just wanted to go out there. And I met some really great people. The LSR people are awesome. And they convinced me to outfit my bike to actually try for a record, and I got one. And I got it on a scooter. So then I talked with Marty Dickerson, who was also out at Bonneville that year. And he's a Hall of Famer. He knew Rolly Free, and he knew Burt Monroe, and he's one of the old LSR legends. And he says, what you need is one of those really small displacement bikes. He's like, that's what you need. You need to find one, you need to race it. So I searched and I found this thing. And it's been a lot of fun. I will tell you, it has been a tremendous amount of fun.
So why don't you explain a few little things that you love about this bike, some of the things that you did?
Well, the etching on the tank was real interesting. I did not want to paint the tank because it was made by a friend of mine, and he did such a good work on the welds that I didn't want to cover it up. It's like a fine piece of wood.
Right.
So I wanted to etch a design into it, but everybody I talked to didn't want to touch it. So
I'm afraid they're going to mess it up.
I'm like, fine, I'll learn how to do it myself. So I got together with a friend of mine, Joey Lopez. She does stenciling. She does little stencils, and she did the stenciling on this. And another friend of mine, Larry Sellens, he does etching on gun barrels.
Okay.
So the three of us got together and we perfected a process, real simple, salt, vinegar, and an electrode. We did it on scrap metal at first,
Right.
Because you only get one shot, and if you go too deep, you'll etch a hole in the tank.
I have 3 daughters. I have a wife that rides. My 12-year-old, though, she goes every year to the Barber Vintage Festival, and she loves the old bikes. How is women in bike growing as far as actual builders and riders?
Everybody has been great and open and welcoming. Just a little bit of encouragement. Just say, here, borrow my tools, or you really need this ratcheting wrench because this is much better than what you're using. Or here's what I did, just a little bit of help, because I didn't have anybody in my family that rode, wrenched, or did anything mechanical.
Wow.
So everything I did and YouTube is helpful too. So YouTube is great.
That's our daughter.
And just get out there and skin your knuckles and pick your bike back up and don't worry. I'm just really honored, very honored to be in the same building as some of these wonderful bikes that I can only imagine the craftsmanship in all of these bikes. It is just blown me away. It's like Disney World for motorcycles.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
Well, thank you very much. I love the bike. I love that you've done all that yourself. I'm like, now my daughter will be on YouTube looking up how to build a bike.